While scandals involving evangelical megachurch leaders may garner international headlines, other stories of pastoral abuses often get underreported. In May 2022, a pastor from an Indiana church made a stunning confession to his congregation. He admitted to having committed adultery 20 years ago. The confession was received with the standing ovation from the congregation. But this was a false confession. The sin Pastor John Lowe committed was far worse and disturbing. This is the story of a despicable pastor and his horrible son and the church they built on lies. Pastor John Lowe II, a pastor of New Life Christian Church, and his wife Debbie were fixtures of their community in Warsaw, Indiana. While he appeared to be a godly man and was beloved by his congregation, he was deeply evil, hiding his appalling actions behind a holy facade. Bobby Gephardt was only 14 when the pastor began grooming her, earning her trust, and telling her he loved her. When she turned 16, their relationship turned into a sexual one and lasted 9 years. The pastor even officiated at her wedding in 2004. She never told anyone about her abuse to anyone, including her husband, as John warned her this would ruin the lives of many. This changed, however, when her brother told her a disturbing memory he had when Bobby was just a teenager. It turns out her brother had seen them in bed together. She broke down and confessed to her brother about everything. After being confronted by Bobby's brother via text, the pastor made a confession of sorts during Sunday services.
I committed adultery. It was nearly 20 years ago. I sinned. I need to say that, and you deserve to hear it.
As ridiculous as it was, he tried to pass off what happened as an illicit affair of adultery when it was actually a lot more despicable than that. He then announced that he was stepping down from the ministry and received a round of applause from the congregation. A few moments later, Bobby stepped onto the stage with her husband and told parts of the story the pastor left out.
I was just 16 when you took my virginity on your office floor. Do you remember that? I know you do.
While the congregation was left shocked for a few moments after the shocking revelation, many people are seen hugging the pastor and praying over him instead of consoling the victim, which is just bizarre. Since Lowe's resignation, multiple women have since come forward to describe their experiences of gaslighting by both the church and local law enforcement when they tried to report their experiences of abuse at the hands of John Lowe. Currently, the Kosciuszko County Prosecutor's Office and Indiana State Police are investigating the charges against John Lowe. Dylan Hauser, the leader of the church's security team, is currently serving prison time after being convicted of felony counts of sexual misconduct with a minor. Shortly after the accusations against John Lowe surfaced, 3 women came forward claiming that they were abused by John Lowe's son, Jeremiah Lowe, when they were young. Laura Bonnke, now 33, was just 11 when Jeremiah Lowe announced to her that she would become his wife. He was 18 at the time, and at one point told his mother that he wanted Bonnke to sing in front of the church along with him because he wanted the two of them to become closer. Bonnke alleged that Jeremiah Lowe had molested her in school, church, and at his home. She claimed that his family knew about his problem with controlling himself sexually, but did nothing about it. According to CPC records obtained, Laura reported that she had been assaulted by Jeremiah Lowe to the agency and the Kosciuszko Sheriff's Office. When confronted by detectives, Jeremiah denied the allegations and refused to take a polygraph test. However, the report stated that the detectives and the family case managers agreed that Laura's statement was truthful and that Jeremiah had assaulted her. Despite this, Bonke was told there was not enough evidence to arrest Jeremiah, and she believed this was due to his close relationship with the sheriff's office. Another victim, Jessie Klein, claims that Jeremiah assaulted her when she was between 4 and 8 years old. Klein said that her parents told church leaders about the assault, but the church took no action and instead allowed Lowe to continue volunteering with children. The church is also accused of instructing Klein to forgive Lowe and to keep the abuse secret. Klein's family reported the assault to Child Protective Services in 2005, and Klein herself reported it again in 2007. Former church member Melinda Dorman corroborated Klein's account and that Jeremiah Lowe admitted to the abuse in a meeting. Jeremiah's ex-wife, Abbey Plummer, did not grow up in New Life Church like Klein and Bonke. She started attending New Life Church after her cheerleading coach took her team from Syracuse to the church in Warsaw by coincidence. It was there that she met and fell in love with Jeremiah, and they eloped at 19. During the first 9 months of their marriage, things seemed uneventful. However, Jeremiah soon began cheating on Abbey, and the first major bump in their marriage occurred when Deborah Lowe helped her confront the woman he had cheated with. Abbey gained a false sense of support from the Lowes, but their advice escalated to repeatedly encouraging her to forgive Jeremiah's affairs, which eventually led to physical abuse starting in 2004.
He got mad and took my laptop and threw the disc and just sliced the skin off my nose. And I was never told to call the police. He choked me on numerous occasions. When our dogs would have accidents, he would rub my face and dog pee in the carpet and threw stuff and knocked candle warmer and then held my face down to clean the wax off the floor and drug me by my hair.
Unfortunately, the abuse was not just on her, but on her dogs as well. When she was at work, Jeremiah took both their dogs out to a field, tied them to a tree with a leash, and smashed their heads with a lead pipe. He then put them in a Walmart bag and dumped the bag on the road. In a 2018 email, Abbey detailed the alleged abuse to the woman Jeremiah Lowe married after her. She recounted nights of being dragged down the hallway and thrown over the bed while being choked, among other things. Jeremiah even threatened one of Abbey's co-workers via email after finding out she had befriended him on MySpace. Despite all of this, Abbey admits that one of her biggest regrets was not calling the police during one of the incidents, as she was scared for her and her family's life. Jeremiah has not been charged in connection to the raised sexual assault allegations and is currently on a work release program after serving time for an unrelated offense. This was the story of a deplorable family who hurt many deeply with their heinous actions. A family who put up a religious front to gain the trust of many to take advantage of them.